Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. A day of the week where we get to wrap everything up and put a bow on it and declare it complete and all that good stuff. And as it is for today, it was the last day of my genealogy class, so it is a wrap. It is complete. SLIG 2022 is done. It was a fun class. There were some moments that were like, can we just move it along a little, or do you realize what time it is? But overall, it was a really good class. We had some really great guest speakers that came in as well. Had this amazing woman in today who gave us a really cool case study on one that she did for her own family in finding out, and it was African American history. So she was going back and finding out who the parents were of her, was he great grandfather or great great grandfather? Was it? I think it was great great grandfather that she was trying to find, and how she used documentation to find out who the parents were, how at a family reunion she got everybody together and got them doing DNA testing to help solidify, well, not solidify, but to help with what she'd already found out on paper. So she had the paper and she had the DNA, and they kind of backed each other up. So it was a really interesting presentation on her case study on how she had worked her way through this. And the actual paper she wrote actually got published in the National Genealogical Society's quarterly publication journal, which comes out each quarter, and it's got case studies and that there and there. And so her case study was in there. I thought, I'm like sitting there and I'm going, it's kind of sounding a little familiar. And then somebody made the connection with the NGS journal, and I was like, oh, that's why it's familiar. So it was a wrap. My brain is so fried right now. I don't even know which way's up half the time. But we got finished early with the class. Everything was done, so we just banged out of there. And I took Zeffie for her walk, came back, we hopped in the car, went over, got the mail, and came back and made it back in time to be on the wrap-up session. So we've just finished the wrap-up session. It was really good. I have to say, this week was a lot of fun. Yes, there was some moments I was pulling my hair out because of stuff that was going on, or just the chit-chat that was going on. It was like, really, people, just pay attention. But overall, it was a really good week. I'm so glad I was able to attend. They've already given us the dates for 2023. And they have different classes throughout the year. So they have a couple of virtual programs that happen throughout the year where you meet once a week. And then you got the week to work on your assignment. I thought, that might be interesting to try one of those. And that's for 2023. So already starting to look ahead. And for that, there's somebody who has been through one of the courses I've been interested in taking, and so we're going to set up a time for Friday, brain fried, can't talk. So we're going to set up a time for us to get together so I can talk to her about the class to see if it's something that I really want to do, because it's something I've been interested in but haven't taken any. I've read what it's all about. It sounds really cool, but I need to talk to somebody who's actually done the class. Doing my due diligence. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. So it's been a really good week. Learned a lot. Got pages of notes to now go through. But I'm going to give my brain a rest this weekend. I get to meet up with a friend tomorrow for lunch, and we're going to a place where they have an outdoor patio area and allow dogs. So Zeffie will be able to come, because if I had to leave her behind, I wouldn't be able to be gone very long. It'll basically be sit down, eat, run. She's used to I've done her an hour and a half, and she's done okay with that. I am actually looking at cameras that I can put here in the RV so I can just check in on her. Something I should have probably done earlier on, but I didn't get around to it. but I'm looking at different like little cameras that I can put up inside the RV, so I can keep an eye on her when I'm outside the RV. Like if I'm getting the mail or getting a haircut. Yeah, I've got to still book that appointment. What's today's date? The 14th. It was 2 years ago today. It's the 14th of January today. It was 2 years ago today that I had my last haircut. 2 years. Had my last haircut 2 years ago. Yeah, it's gotten long back there. It's looking a little shorter right now because it's pulled up in a ponytail. But yeah, 2 years ago today since I last had a haircut. Some of you have seen how long it has gotten. I think it's, if I remember, it's the longest I've ever had it. It's definitely the longest I've ever had my fringe, or you guys call them bangs. Because I'm a person that if I could look straight ahead and see it, it was time for a haircut. That was my rule of thumb for if I knew I needed a haircut. Now my bangs fringe comes down to about here. So yeah, we're a little past the eyes now. But yeah, it's 2 years ago. It was the 14th of January, 2020, when I was last in a hair salon and had a haircut. Now there was that little time was it last year? Yeah, last year. No, 2020. That time in 2020, I forgot we had a year in between, where I did have a go at cutting my own bangs, and yeah, that didn't go well. And then I was staying in the front yard of a friend's place, and she quickly kind of tidied it up for me a little bit. So that's as much as those 2 times. The only time there's been scissors near my hair. But I had a friend staying here back in November who found a hair salon just down the road from us in a little shopping center behind the gas station that I normally go to. And she said, when you go in there, she said, it's a great place. You've got to ask for this person. You'll love her. She said, she's amazing. So I got to go make that appointment, and I got to figure out, when can I go do it? The only time I've got available is Saturday mornings. How often do people get their haircut and Saturday mornings like their busiest time? I don't have time during the week unless they do late in the evenings to go in there. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so I need to go get a haircut. It's been 2 years today. But yeah, it's going to be I'm planning on a quiet weekend. Well, not really, just looking around what's got to be done. There's some work I got to catch up on because I didn't get as much free time this week as I would have liked because I was working on my assignments. And then they had the evening presentations on as well. So I may even do some work tomorrow to catch up. And so Monday's a holiday. That's right. Monday's a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Day. I don't have to work on Monday. I get Monday off. Yay. So I actually had a long weekend this weekend. Cool. Oh, what are we going to do, Zeph? We got 3 days off this weekend. 3. She's looking at me like, whatever. But she has been wanting more and more attention lately, which has been interesting. She was a little aloof at first, and it's taken a long time. There's been a lot of love and a lot of patience put into that pup over there, and all of a sudden now she wants more attention. She wants more attention. She wants more loving. She wants more hugs. And I was like, yes. And like I was laying in bed reading last night, and I hear this rustling around behind me, and my pillow starts moving. And she was stretched out across her side of the bed, but her neck and her head were behind my pillow, between my pillow and the headboard. She had just snuggled back so I could just put my hand up like this and just give her scratches. I'm like, what are you doing back there? So, well, fine, you want to sleep there? I have no problem with that. I use this part of the pillow. You can be back there. That's fine with me. So, yeah, so she's getting a little more snuggly at night, and I'm just waiting for the time when she wants to get under the blankets. But I know that there was one time, it was a really hot summer night, and she comes into the bed, and it wasn't long after I had let her out of the crate at night to be able to sleep wherever she likes. And she comes in and she curls up in the small of my back. Yeah, the small of my back is like, if I want to get hot real quick, and just put something on the small of my back, and it's like, boom, instant heat. And I was like, no, Zeph, you can't. And so she's never tried to sleep there again. I just told her no that once, and she's never tried to sleep there again. So it's been interesting. So I'm like, if you want to curl up in my knees, no problem. Go for it. If you want to curl up on the front side of me, I have no problem with that, but just not that portion of the back. yeah, she didn't quite understand that, so she hasn't kind of. But when I go and have naps and stuff, and she comes and I kind of grab her and snuggle up with her, and then she'll lay there for a little bit, and then she's sort of like, okay, we're done. After a couple of minutes, like, we're done, and then she goes off and does her thing, and I go have a nap. She had a quick power nap today at lunchtime because there's just so much stuff being thrown at us today. It's like, okay, I really would have liked to learn some of this at the beginning of the week when I was starting my reports and everything, doing my research and everything, because yeah, it was and actually it wasn't backwards because it was the summation. But another thing that we did is that we looked at, what's next, and we had a grid for ongoing education, whether it was going to be passive or active and whatever else was in that book. And we started talking about different organizations, the annual events that they have that are well attended, like SLIG, which is Salt Lake Institute of Genealogy. There was that one. There's the one I did in July, which is the International Genealogy and History Research. Those are the two main ones that I've attended, and then they were talking about other ones coming up, and I'm like, I didn't even know about these other ones. So I'm learning about new genealogy societies or regional ones and the big events that they have every year. And most of these big events are like, these are the courses we're offering for the week. You pick one course and you're in that course for the entire week. From Monday through Friday, from like 8 o'clock in the morning through to 5 o'clock in the evening, depending what time zone you're in. And some of them had, one of them, I think, was the Pittsburgh one that I was looking at, and their classes started at 9:30 Eastern, and I thought, 9:30 Eastern, that's 7:30 my time. I have to do some quick rocking and rolling on that one. We barely made it to 8 o'clock once this week. We actually got early this week. We got back from the walk early. Got some breakfast before we got online, so it was good. I was like, yay! I finally got the morning routine worked out, and it's the last day. I'm like, darn. So I may actually start doing that as a bit more of a practice, so that by 8 o'clock I can actually get some work done before I have to go on the training calls that I do at 9 a.m. Pacific Mountain Time. All these time zones, it confuses. I just come from a country where we have one time zone, just one time zone. I miss those days at times. I don't even worry about time zones. Yeah, but anyway, so I'm out of here. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I need dinner. So I'm going to go figure out what to do for dinner. I'm going to have shrimp tonight. Got some shrimp in the freezer. That butterfly shrimp's really good in the air fryer. And I got some coleslaw I can have with it. So maybe I'll just have a yogurt. My lunch seems to be my main meal of the day, and then by the time I get to dinner time, it's like I really don't feel like cooking anything. Although last night we had chicken breasts stuffed with broccoli and cheese, and we had broccoli sauce on the side. Zeffie likes the broccoli cooked. She does not like it raw. That's what we had for dinner last night. It was actually quite a heavy meal than what I usually make, because usually I just sort of like look at the counter, or look in the fridge, or look in the freezer and just go grab a yogurt. I'm done. Because I do kind of have a main meal around lunchtime, and I figure that'll do me. But anyway, I'm waffling now. Have a fun day. Have a fun rest of your day. Oh, that's what I was going to show you, but it's not here, so I have to show you tomorrow morning. I got 2 really cool books. They're really, really cool. Yes, very special books, these books. So I'll have to show you tomorrow because they're over there, and I'm not going to get up and go get them right now because they're over there. So if I remember, I will have them with me tomorrow morning when we get back here for Shake It Up Saturday, and I can show you my new books that I got. These are my Christmas present to myself. So if you remember, my birthday present to myself was the No Time to Die James Bond on Blu-ray. Still got mixed emotions about that one. I haven't watched it again yet, and I haven't gone into the making and the behind the scenes and all that sort of stuff, and haven't done the extra discs in there. But then I thought, and then I was looking for something else the other day, and I came across these, and I was like, ooh, because I kind of put off I have one of these type of books, but it's a few years old and it needed some updating. So I've now got the latest version of one that I had previously. So I'm kind of excited, and I've had a quick flip through one of them. I was like, oh. And then I was like looking at the writing, and I need my magnifying glass for these because it's got really tiny writing, and some of the writing's on black pages, so black pages with white writing, and yeah. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your fun Friday, and we'll catch you back here bright and early tomorrow morning for Shake It Up Saturday. Hey, Conera.